let's go ahead and get this started. Thank you both, Mo and Rebel, for taking the time to sit down with us. I'm going to be asking you guys some questions in preparation for our upcoming show, Full Circle. How are you both doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I'm doing well.
All right. Well, let's kick things off with to let our fans into your lives a little bit more. What motivated you both to pursue a career as a Second Life wrestler, and what about this virtual world first captured your imagination? I guess we can start with you, Mo.
Yeah, well, at heart, I'm an entertainer, and I don't do that to make money. I do that because I love the feeling I get when I walk out from that curtain. When I tell you, all of us go out there nervous before a match. And once that music hits, I hope I'm not the only one, but everything just goes away. Everything in this crazy world, I get 15 minutes to entertain this crowd, and they may love me, they may hate me, but as long as they're reacting, then I feel accomplished at the end of the day. Wrestling, professional wrestling, fills a void in my life that I would not be able to fill otherwise.
That's actually quite. I guess beautiful is the word to describe. Rebel, do
Yeah,
you
I
have
think
any?
so.
I'm sorry.
I said I think so.
All right, Rebel. Anything you can relate to that,
Oh
or what
gosh.
about
Well,
you?
I've been in this industry for about 7 years now. Wow, now that I think about it. And I've been with Premiere for 6 of those years. And honestly, I was out just grid hopping and I came across uh, a group of people that were pose ball wrestling. And I met somebody there and they're like, oh, well, you got to come check this out. If you like this, you got to come check this out. So I paid for my ticket and I got the landmark because back then that's how you did it. You paid it and then you get the landmark. It's like the party, the midnight party. You got to wait till you get the text to tell you where to go. And I went and I was like completely dumbfounded. I loved it and I signed up. And yeah.
Poseball wrestling. That sounds like
Oh
really
gosh.
difficult.
That's a sign
From
of a
what I
true
understood
veteran
it
right
was,
there.
from what
True,
I
true
understood it
veteran.
was, and it's nothing like what we do. But, I saw that and I came to the first premiere show that I ever attended. I think it was a season finale and uh see episode 1 of the next season, I was right there in the fray.
Oh wow. Kind of like how, when you dragged me, is actually, ladies and gentlemen, Rebel is what got me into wrestling. I think it was back in, I don't remember the season number, but I think it was like back towards the end of March, if I remember correctly, beginning of April, somewhere around that time frame, that you took me to a show, and then I attended the next week as well, which was a season finale for Attitude. Uh,
I
and that's
remember.
so like I want to be a part of this because it was so well put together, and I was like, I got to be a part of this, and everybody's telling me you should be a commentator, you should be a commentator, and now here I am. but um, but looking back on Premier Wrestling's storied history, I guess Rebel, you've been a part, like you said, for 6 years. Which match is your personal favorite, and how has it continued to influence your in-ring style?
Um, every match that I've been in has been great. Every match that I've watched, either, peeking out through the curtains or, going to, after the split and going to the other brand show, depending on which show I was on. They've all been great and they're all fantastic athletes. But I think my ultimate favorite was the season I won my belt the first time. I was fighting against Nikita and Shade. And Shade was one that you don't work with. She was one that you don't work with. But she and I managed to work together for 5 seconds. and we got Nikita out, and then we turned on each other, and I took her down and I won the belt. And I think I celebrated with my friends and family for the whole off season. Like it was just one continuous party for a month, you know. It might have been a month and a half. I don't remember. Um, but I mean, I've had so many great matches. I've met so many awesome people that it's hard to tell you which one is my absolute favorite. But that one is my most memorable. So I kind of kept on your story question. So, your question there.
So partying for like a month and a half. That sounds like you went to Second Life's version of Las Vegas, right? Vacation.
Basically, yeah.
And what about you, Mo?
I have to kind of steal a little bit of her answer on that one because I think I lost track of how long I was celebrating for. When I tell you that when I won that belt, what that meant in terms of people acknowledging that I have creativity, that I could do this. This wasn't just you win a belt. This was an acknowledgement from everybody that had trained me along the way. Um, so yeah, I party pretty damn hard. So yeah, I can't sit here and tell you that winning that belt wasn't one of my most favorite matches. But to switch it up a little bit, I'm actually calling into this interview right now. I'm over at the gym, and I'm looking at a guy named TLC. And the second match that we had was for it was for a charity show for mental health awareness, which is a cause that is near and dear to my heart. And I love doing the charity shows. I absolutely love doing the charity shows. I don't tell Vince this, but I think I like doing the charity shows more than even Attitude sometimes because it's just so much fun. And to see that we can raise money doing this thing that we do for a good cause is amazing. Point being, TLC decided that the stipulation for this match is going to be a New York style street fight. Both of us being from New York. Yeah, so in my second match, I was thrown into a street fight versus TLC. And we broke out every bell and whistle. And by the end, we were hitting each other with subway cars. It was raucous. It was over the top. But we had so much fun doing that match that we came out with a very healthy respect for one another. We started off, as foes, and I think we beat each other so bad that it's earned each other, maybe, I hope, at least on his side, a little bit of respect from my side, all the respect in the world.
Well,
So
considering
that was one of my top ones.
Considering he's a doctor, I guess he gave you medical treatment afterwards, right?
Yeah, he sent me the bill too.
Oh God. Oh wow. Well, hey, doctors got to get paid, I guess. So moving on to Rebel, though, you have an upcoming battle at Full Circle against Gina and the women's championship. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
So beyond that, beyond this title belt, what legacy do you want to leave in Premier Wrestling's women's division?
Unity. My goal this season has not been to, I mean, yes, title runs are great. I love being able to represent the brand and represent Premier and all that stuff. But there's so much division amongst, even just in the women's division. There's so much backfighting and everything. And I'm just trying, I want everybody to be able to come together and stop the stupidness. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's almost like everybody is out for themselves. There's, and that is my hope, is that in the near future that we can start to rebuild those friendships and, maybe one day Gina and I'll look back at this and be like, hey, do you
Mic
remember
on.
when? But right now I don't see it happening because everybody is so divided.
Oh, yeah, you recently posted hashtag not my queen, right? That seems to be the chant whenever she comes out.
Yeah, that's I've noticed that. And there's a lot of people that don't agree with the way that she does things. They don't like her personality, which, I have to be honest, I am not a fan of her personality. But personality is not what closes the door at the end of the day. It's attitude and action and, camaraderie, you know.
I think you kind of had answered some of my next question, actually. So, but this is more so about the fans. So, as a face on the Overload show, you carry the hopes of the fans. Those that cheer you on. So, I have to ask, how do you actually manage all that pressure of living up to your fans' expectations?
Well, honestly,
Besides partying, by the way.
well, besides partying, yes. And I'm not the party girl, I promise. I like to have a good time.
Well, I'm sure
Uh,
Fire is disappointed.
no, she's still the party girl. Don't worry.
Well, she could probably use someone to party with, is what I'm saying. But
Well, I manage the fan expectations. It's actually not as hard for me as you would think because my number one fan lives in my house. It's
really,
it's my little boy Chucky. He is my absolute number one fan. And he reminds me where I started. I started on that side of the barricade. And so it's easier to see it from that point of view, from the fan that's never done the wrestling, from the person that it's all about the magic. You know, Seeing your favorite wrestlers come out, and trust me, I have a few of my own. Seeing your favorite wrestlers come out and they wave to you or they hand you, in my case, they toss a pair of sunglasses out into the crowd. Trust me and my designer have an awesome contract.
hmm
And, so it's about keeping that magic and remembering where you started, I guess is the right way to put it for me.
I couldn't agree more.
well, you're a face on Attitude Mo. Do you want to share your experience and how do you basically live up to your fans' expectations?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know if I always do that. It hasn't been an easy run for me, and since I got, embroiled in all this mess that has been laid at my feet way before me, some of that has started to shift. In the beginning, I was cheer, cheer, cheer. And there's been some dissension since then. Not as many cheers and a lot more boos that I used to, hear. But ultimately, I think, just like as much as I disagree with what Bannock and Paul are doing, they believe in what they're doing. So the people behind them believe in what they're doing. And I can't take away their belief. So if you hate me, then you know what? Your reason is probably valid. But if you love me, know that I will put it all on the line for you. I will get every single drop. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it.
Very well said. Very well said. But let's, Rebel, you have this match coming up with Gina, as you've mentioned. So I'm curious, if you had to describe Gina in one word, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a good one. You know, I've met people like her before, and unfortunately at that time I didn't think highly of many people. I think that the best way with, working with fighting with her this season. Fierce.
Mic
She's
off.
fierce. She hits like a brick wall, trust me. I'm still having to go to physical therapy for my freaking jaw because she decked me last week, but
Mic on.
she's fierce. She knows what she wants and she's going for it. She's going after it. I may not agree with the way that she's doing it, but she's on her path. And her path next week may be to walk out of there with the belt. And her path next week may be to walk out of there without it. At this point, we don't know. You know, it's make sure you show up, and then you'll find out with me.
Fierce. That's actually, I was not expecting you to say fierce, but it shows a sign of respect, I guess. You know, you respect the power that she has, the strengths as well. But after the match, whether you win or lose, what message do you want to send to the fans that have cheered you on so far?
The only message I can send, win or lose, is thank you. Thank you for, and actually, I can't believe this. And please do not laugh at me. I'm tearing up over this statement. I feel like I'm standing there getting the Hall of Fame award again. It's thank you. Thank you for standing by me when I was at my lowest. Thank you for being there when I was fighting my way out of the rabble and trying to get to the point that I'm at now. Thank you for standing by me, win or lose, because without those fans, well, there's no point.
Exactly.
In what we do.
Exactly, and very well said. But you have a big match coming up, as you've already mentioned, Mo. Bannock and Paul both claim that you don't deserve the Undisputed Championship belt. So how do you respond to that criticism?
Well, it's not just Bannock and Paul who claim that I don't deserve the belt. I've said it myself. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Bannock is a machine. Bannock is a machine. And I've been hit time and time again to know that it's like getting hit with like a robot. He just keeps going. But last Monday, I was hit time and time again. And I still got back up. They claimed that they were going to come and destroy my ego. It was the ego death. They claimed death, yet I'm still here talking to you. Mm-hmm. So my strategy is to keep getting back up, going to this gym where I'm standing right now, where I'm going to go back to training. I'm going to ice my injuries. I'm going to hit the heating pad. I'm going to hit the cold baths. And then I'm going to hit the weights, and I'm going to hit the gym, and I'm going to hit the ropes. And I'm going to continue to do that until the bell rings to call us off on Monday, no matter what happens.
Right. And you did take quite a pounding on this past Monday's Attitude show.
Sure did.
When they jumped the barricades and everything, and you did continue to get back up, and much respect to you for that, by the way.
Thank you.
So, which single word would you say best captures the threat Bannock and Paul pose to you? And oh, you're laughing.
Yeah, I you know what? Sorry, Rebel. I don't got to think about this one. It's ego. It's ego.
Oh.
Because for all their they're prognosticating about everyone in their ego. I have said from day one that, hey, maybe I'm not prepared for this. They claim to come for my ego when I don't have one. So who really has the ego? Okay? They're not just coming to destroy Moe the man or take the belt that's on my shoulder, which means everything to me. This is about destroying the foundation of Premier Wrestling. And they made that very clear when they tried to light the building on fire. Okay, these are the lengths that they have gone through at this point. And they're going to claim that I have an ego?
Mic off.
No, that's just not the case. I think there's a lot of
Mic
projection
on.
on their side. So on Monday, we'll find out who really has the ego.
We will. We will. So, with that being said, how important is it to you to prove that the Undisputed Championship belt is rightfully yours? The title, belongs to you, both for you yourself and, the fans cheering on you from the other side of the barricades.
Well, it means the difference for me of leading a life where I'm fulfilled and going back to a state of mediocrity. That means going back to a regular day job, and believe me, I've worked plenty of jobs across the way. I'm not one to put down someone doing something to make a buck. And I've done it all. Some were ethical, some were not so ethical. But I found my sense of purpose here. So for me, on a personal level, you take that away from me and I lose my sense of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, this is way more about me. And it goes back to a word that Rebel just said, that kind of struck a chord with me, and it's unity. Right now, we have an absolute war going on between the brands.
Absolutely, yes.
Each wants the other's total destruction. So if I allow that to happen, then that means that every reason the guys in the back, the girls in the back, the ladies in the back, their reason to fight, their motivation to wake up every morning and put their body on the line to entertain this crowd, that goes away. And I don't want the weight on that. I can live with mediocrity, but I don't want the weight of that on my shoulders. To let all that has been built up here just to be broken down.
Well, I mean, one good signal for the unity that you both have mentioned just happened on Attitude. Like when, the other brands jumped the barricades, and when you looked like you were winning the fight against Bannock on Attitude, that, everybody came out from the back, and other wrestlers from, the Attitude show were jumping as well to defend you and, protect you. That's a sign of unity right there.
Absolutely. And that was a proud moment for me, because I've fought with at least two of those competitors. I wouldn't want to. I know Foxy Beth was out there. I don't want to get into it with her. She might do a number on me. But I've had my battles with Walter or with X. I haven't had the opportunity or the pleasure to wrestle Ren, but I know someday down the road, we're going to put on a kicker of a match. But yeah, that. What can I say? All that pain I was feeling when I saw that there was support, the pain didn't feel as bad anymore. Yeah, and so I want to thank them for that too. And just know I'm going to have your back the same way you had mine.
Yep. Very well said. But it goes without mention that there's been a lot of, talk about, like you mentioned, the battle between the brands and everything, this dispute. And this battle that you've got coming up at Full Circle for, to prove that you are you do deserve the Undisputed Championship belt. So, in your mind, Mo, what's the defining moment that will signal that you have finally silenced those that doubted you?
The 3 count. Or whatever count it means. But the only way I'll know is if I win. Like I said, the doubt is in the air, even in my own self. Like you said, Paul and Bannock don't believe I'm up to the task. Some people in the crowd don't believe I'm up to the task. But if I get that 3 count, I don't say how else you can doubt me.
You're very humble, I guess is the word I would describe you. You're very humble, and that's actually refreshing to see, with, like you said, all the egos that you see here here recently. It's kind of refreshing to see someone so humble about something so huge, you know. But do either of you have anything y'all want to add?
Well, I would like to thank Rebel for all the time that she's put in and the veteran experience that translates to people like me. Rebel and I don't know each other all that well. We've, crossed paths and, had a good, quick conversation here or there. But that veteran experience does not escape me. And I'm thankful to those that have put in that amount of time to allow me to have this opportunity. And Rebel, I want to wish you good luck in your match because
Thank
I've seen what
you.
you've gone through. Yep. And, you seem to have really turned a leaf. And I don't know when and where it happened for you, but give them hell out there.
Well, trust me, that leaf was not hard to flip. But anyway, thank you, and I want to wish you luck. I've been around the ego killers for a while, and you've got a battle on your hands. So just stay focused. One punch at a time. You got this. And I
Thank you.
think, I want to remind the fans that Full Circle is on Tuesday. It's going to be the fight of our lives. So be there or be square.
Get your tickets because they're running out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so there you have it, folks. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, there's still time as of this recording. So remember, Tuesday, September 30th. Don't miss it. Thank you both for joining me on this episode of Road to Full Circle, and good luck to both of you.